Greetings, give thanks for life, health and strength and daily substances. Yes, Rastafari lives and reigns continually, four corners of the earth. Yeah, before we even go no further, we say condolences to all of the people them who lose them life in Turkey. We see a massive earthquake kill over 35,000 people, spread across Syria and the border of Turkey. So condolences to all of the people them in a natural disaster. And some of them disaster, yeah, to me, them are natural. Cause right now, some guys are test out them nuclear weapon under the sea, and it a cause a vibration a reach across other nation. Seeing? Because a lot of testing of nuclear weapon are going on when I broadcast what cause some of them disaster, yeah. Seeing? Tsunami and all these things. Some of them are natural, some of them are man-made, caused by man ego, you know. Some superman and some guys over there start test out them war ammunition. Saying so condolences to them people there, you know what I mean? Because it's a massive nearly 7.5, almost 8 on the spectrum. It is a big earthquake. And we are gonna witness a lot of them these days. Yeah, we are gonna witness a lot more of these things these days. Because the nuclear activities them get more bigger and wider by the superpowers them. Them have to test them in the waters and test them all about. I know say when them test them not test them near for them borders. See? And we know so these things can travel miles on top of miles. You know what I mean? And shake up the access on the earth. See? Next thing again, we see what go on in Ethiopia pertaining to the Orthodox Church. We see tribalism also dwell in the church. You know what I mean? We have practiced, we have preachings, also dwell, spill off of tribalism. Aroma, people them causing a lot of civil conflict in Ethiopia. They cause nearly 2 years of civil unrest in Ethiopia, the Aroma people them. The president of Ethiopia is an Aroma. But it is of my opinion, the Western knows say him is a Aroma. So they use the opportunity for him to bow under pressure to give Aroma people more power. Because Aroma people is anti-Haile Selassie government. You know what I mean? But to present, the Aroma them cause a lot of unrest, civil unrest, where in Ethiopia is it concerned. You know, it is a political more than a religion oppress. You know, I mean, the split is more political than religious. You know, it is about tradition. You know what I mean? Who not get a fair deal at the church, who not get a fair deal at politics, who not get a fair deal at the economical upliftment in Ethiopia, according to the claims of the Romans. You know what I mean? So this split where 40 odd people get shot because them the American them infiltrate because them have people that sponsor these things where a cause unrest in Ethiopia. Them have people that pump money at them thing, yeah. You know what I mean? For overthrow the government, we see them make several attempts for overthrow the prime minister. You know what I mean? Through his aroma, he's trying to be, he's more liberal. He's not, even though it's aroma, he's not trying to push aroma policy, which I think the US government is using that to influence him for more swing the way there. You see me I say, and that cause a lot of conflict in Ethiopia and I sponsor some people. You know, the American them work already. You know what I mean? Them very snake. You see me I say them go on like them are do good. But on the other hand, them really want to put in a puppet government. Most countries them want to put in a puppet government where they can control, you know what I mean, and push their policies and agenda. You see me I say? Yeah. So we see what really are going. One of the most holiest church, Theodoros Church in Ethiopia. People get shot in there. So now there's no sacred place no more. A man can't shot people. We see them shoot people in Jamaica and at the church. All these places was considered sacred is not sacred when conflict of interest is. We see we go on a Rasta house, we think it's a sacred place. People get raped there and people get shot, just like up in a Bubba Hill. You know what I mean? In a Jamaica, man I preach, man get paid if you come shot a man, and in a church, him man come execute someone. So there is no sacred place. We see in the sacred place at church where pastor have sex with underage girl. So sacred place where you see the Catholic them abuse boy. So there's no sacred place where man now come shoot you down. You could have in a church, I pray, man I come take you out. If that are their mission. You see me I say, there's no sacred place again. Neither for Rastafarians. You know, Rastafarian place I get bulldozed down, police are intervened. It's not sacred no more. Blood are shed upon the sacred ground them. So it can't be sacred no more. Saying this, we say that it is a worrying time for I and I universally. Whether you're Rasta, whether you're Ballad, whether you're Christian. We live in a serious time, Jed. You know what I mean? We live in a serious time. A lot of things are transformed. You know? The things them of the 70s is not the same things of the 21st century, 2023. You know what I mean? The thinking, the generation of them time to the generation of that time. We have different concepts and we have thinking. You know what I mean? A lot of man start off say back to Africa. Now, them not say back to Africa no more. Them really comfortable in a Europe where them a get them benefit. Them housing is paid for. And him have a nice place to live. Him can go get free health care if him sick. So all of them things add up when a man a look for Chad Africa. You see me I say a lot of man were Chad in Africa right now, and when them reach all and I get them pension or them state, that's the time I look for go Africa. Because it is more convenient for them living on the continent and I get them money there or I get them money at Jamaica. Because them can get a steady income every 2 weeks or every month. Them don't have to think about where if you go work or if you get a strength for go this. Because when you're in Africa, it takes money. It takes money, Jet. No doubt about that. It takes money. If you don't have a business, you don't have a way to get no income, it will take finance. You know what I mean? It will take finance. And your word, son, because from one day I kick back and I relax and I watch the vibration universally. And I realize that nothing really I go on, I be a chattings. I be a chattings and some people up in themselves. And some little guy choose them, I do this long time. Them have followers and them in their popular contest. Them not really have the warrior thing, you know what I mean? Or some dolly house thing them a go on. Them story lame. Lame. And if you say some of them full up a bad mind anyway. Where them move, you know? It's like the one for all thing what them talk about in a reality is not one for all. You see me I say that is just a sham. You know what I mean? A man just a recite unity. But when it comes to unity, the site gone. Because there is no action to that. You see me, I say no action to that. Because the movements right now, we still a tag and war with each other. Tag and war, there's a tag and war, there's a tag and war, there's a... Somebody must get tired and somebody must get injured. You know, this tag and war, yeah. And a lot of time, Mr. Man, go move off track. You know what I mean? Get caught up in a tag and war and left the main mission. Them lose focus. Well, I really depend on this social media for. You see me, I say, we come for inspired, we come for uplift, and we come for uphold the integrity, and we come for inspire the younger one and also the one them who been here long. Cause enough man they long need inspiration too, you know. And because a man they are from the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, they still need inspiration to keep them going. You know, the younger ones still need inspiration because we're all in this together. You see me, I say, a lot of things are set up for I and I. You know what I mean? For I and I really go back to Africa still, in reality. But we not gonna say, because even though some man a first world country, man still a live in a squalors in England. You know? Enough man a live in a squalors here. You know? You know what I mean? The condition of them life is dependent. Them not independent. You see me, I say, them a live in a squalors because they're mentally depressed. A lot of man we know are mentally depressed right now. You know what I mean? And them physically exhausted. You know what I mean? Because them trapped in a system where them nah get no, where that's no, them deficiency. You see me, I say them melanin nah get that energy from the sunlight. You know what I mean? So a man can be in a first world country and still a suffer. Like a dog. Him can't go back to Jamaica. Him can't go to Africa because him not set up in Jamaica. And him not set up in Africa. So him trapped in a Babylon. For years, span top of years, him trapped there because which part some man come from, him don't even go there when him go to Jamaica. Him go uptown and him go this and him swing on and him swing on 10 2 weeks and him gone. Many bedroom may have do that. Many bedroom may have do them thing. Go in a hotel and him swing and him say them go to Jamaica. But him never go for a place. Him never go in a place where him come from. Him no link nobody. You see me I say, because of many things too, you can link man and things happen. You know what I mean? So there's negative and positive energy why man do these things. But many times, because man really set no foundation. You see me I say, because if you're about a business and not deal with certain things, you can't go back where you come from, Jed. May I tell you this? But if you go on with certain things, you can't go back where you come from. Worse if you never set nothing and you did it for 40 years and you did it for the 70s and you never even buy a man a pair of shoes. You see me I say, you never really do nothing for no man. You know, so they in Babylon and cuss Jamaica and cuss Jamaicans. You see me I say, you never really do nothing for Jamaica, do nothing for no Jamaicans. So you can't even go back there. You not even remember nobody there. Enough man threw a stone behind them when the day them left. See? When the day them left Jamaica, them literally threw a stone behind them and done with Jamaica. You see me? And some man they are England. I know Belgium they are 40 years and 50 years and them never go back to Jamaica. And then I go him can go. And the money him not have. Him just never set no links out there. Him just not have no connection and never set no links out there. And a Jamaica him born. And him never go Africa either. And then the money him not have. Me know that personally him can make that mission. Because him have support. Him not make it. Him still not make none of them mission. Him still there. And still a talk about Africa. And still a talk about unity. And still a talk about nothing. So I realize that some man is just chat him out and be lip service, bag of wire. See? So, you see the man them make the effort to make that mission. One day them know say, it's not go easy, but me I tell the eye them, don't follow the narrative. Like we say, first, me see people live better in Africa than people here. See me I say, them a live totally better. You see me I say. So I know that certain things is not set for I governmentally, but Africa have a lot to offer I. There's a lot of things we can invest in, a lot of things we can benefit from. We have to just connect with the right people them and do the right thing. A lot of man go there and do the wrong thing and invest in the wrong thing and get caught up with the wrong people. Just like in a Babylon. You see me I say, you invest and work with a man and you get caught up and it's just the same. You see me I say, just like if you want to go back to Jamaica. Because with the pan a group Jamaican diaspora where when you hear some issue or some diaspora returning back in having, it is hard for know say a man there and him walk and him go down there. A man rob him, a man abuse him. And then a gun of people no want go, they're literally in fear of their life. You know what I mean? They're literally in fear because if the Jamaican government don't set up nothing for people who return back to Jamaica, that they can be safe and secure for them hard workings. You know what I mean? Them life can be taken away easily. You know what I mean? So when some people talk, you have to understand where they're coming from. It is not totally negative. When them say, boy, them better off. Because my grandfather is the same. You can't tell him nothing about the Queen. The Queen is God Almighty for him. See? Because they have benefit from the system. And the system make them good and give them what them have and them pension. And them man they collect them pension, them thing fat. So there is benefit to be gained, to be honest. You know what I mean? There's benefit to be gained. But a lot of people physically can't left either because them have a lot of kids. You know what I mean? Them financially not capable of leaving. Them heart is willing, but them pocket weak. You know what I mean? They can't even buy a plane ticket. Them can't go 2 weeks without benefit or certain things. Or some people even at work a struggle to survive these days because of the utility bills them want to go on right now. It a pressure people. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people under pressure. See me I say, so it's not a Bella Roses here. No man, nobody tell her like it's a Bella Roses, you know, because a lot of people is here sick. Sick. You know what I mean? And when them a go back to Africa, when them whole and sick, and I walk with crutch stick and all these things, them sick. Them is no benefit to the system there. Them can't do nothing. But the reason why him can't go now because he might get a bag of money every week. Every 2 weeks he might get a bag of money on disabilities and all kind of them thing. Yeah. He have money for spend. Him don't have to think, him know, kind of free money he might get it. You see me I say? So it's easy for some people. And when it get easy for some people, it's hard for some people. You know what I mean? It's hard for some people. Man sick on them bed and them not even them family come look for them for days. Them have to go a food bank. Rasta man. You see me I say? So it is not an easy road, Jed. You know what I mean? It is not an easy road to get out of Babylon. You know what I mean? A lot of single parent mother out there. A lot of youth. You know what I mean? It's difficult. It is very difficult. But Africa have a lot to offer. You know, a lot of people sitting on a lot of money when they come invest in Africa. You know what I mean? Invest in Africa. and stop. Sometimes people don't want to go to the direct sources and they go to people they meet. Sometimes the government is better to help you in Africa, you know. Go direct to the system and stop go. Some people are looking crooks. Some people are crooks, even some of the government are crooks, but they're better. The government, they have the infrastructure to better to guide you than depending on people who is just willing to rob you. You know what I mean? Yeah. So right now, even for I as a Rasta youth, not for the things them what I and I want to do, I find it difficult because the lack of support around here. And some people are really out there on the levels where you really want, where you're depend. You know what I mean? The Rasta around here to me is dormant. They're not very active enough in the liberation movements and the universal what I say now. We're not active enough where we really are go out there and I go to the street, the people them, and I make you know say Rasta still there. You know? We're coming like cage lion in a concrete jungle. You almost see some Rasta flex around here. We're like cage lions. You know what I mean? We cage up and wait for them chicken and bread. You know what I mean? It's like cage lion around here. Even though I'm not coming to fight food work, I'm not care what a man want put in a female belly. It's his belly. You know what I mean? A female belly. I'm not come to watch a man who eat fish or chicken or I might eat turkey and them thing there. You know what I mean? Because me usually grew up with the misconception enough man where it's not what you put in your mouth make you a rasta. You know, that is a misconception. Because I know enough man when I eat meat, they're more corrupted than the man when they meat. So now the food make him not corrupt or the food make him corrupt. You see me I say? So we lick them thing that went out and realize say a lot of men really have no self-discipline and them not have no integrity and them not have no morals. That are the bottom line about it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So for I really I sit back, you know, and I save my energy because a lot of people are energy suckers. You know what I mean? Them they have to waste the energy. The system already have pressure you. You know what I mean? And them is just lip service, lip service, lip service, lip service, and a lot of bad mind around here. Bad mind is always active. You know what I mean? Very, very active, Jed. You know what I mean? So we don't have time for lose focus on well for domestic affairs. You know what I mean? Yeah, we don't have no time for the whole no domestic affair. I try to prove myself and I tell myself to people. You know what I mean? And I try. Enough of the things that I usually I stop though. A lot of time I go out and I give people strength. I stop to them blood clot thing there physically and spiritually. You know what I mean? Because I need the strength too. And when I now get it, I reserve it for myself. So I say, so I reserve a lot of strength for myself. You know what I mean? Because I need it. And I'm tired for reach out to people and show them love and then man throw shit in their face. You see me I say. So when I really depend on them mission in a more way, I have to reach out to people. A man have to reach out to I. I mean I already made that sacrifice already. You see me I say them so once bitten, twice shy. You see? In a real life. Yeah. And the ghetto youth them want to get wise up, you know. Want to save up for the money and start preparing yourself because Babylon are going to fall in. You see me, I say the economical climate are going to crash. The bank are going to crash. You see me, a lot of places are going to flood out. You know what I mean? And as I already tell the item, I and I might witness a third world war and it's going to be nuclear war. Because we said the war will get bigger and it's going to spread like wildfire. This war with Russia is going to head on to World War III and it's going to spread like wildfire. We see a lot of spy equipment are growing and drones. A lot of these things is surfacing because, as I said, the war get digital. We know digital warfare, the man who fight the war, them precise. With drone spies and all them thing there. Balloons send across much miles to a next man turf. It'll get more digital. A man can send a mosquito in a place and I think a mosquito, but it's a drone. You see an eagle in the sky, I think it's a bird, but it's a drone. You see me, I said these things, the warfare get digital. And it'll come on the shores of Europe. You see me, I say we see Germany get involved in the war, sending tankers. And remember, so World War II, the Germans, they make a promise that them not get involved in no more war when Europe is concerned. This is why they were so hesitant. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was why them so hesitant. Ukraine was part of Russia, the USSR, with them breakaway. Because all of them things was planned from 2016, 2018 to break away Ukraine. It is a planned mission to bring down Russia. You see me, I say, all of these, and it will get more sticky. Because now plane are get involved, tankers are getting involved. So the Russian allies them soon get involved. It's not so long ago, Germany that bomb England, a bomb Poland, and the Nazis them that bomb the Polish them and the Jews. And now them a walk hand in hand together. So we see say these man go for the ice bidder now 2023 them a friend. For take out for say them now they on one mission for take out Putin when these man are enemy. Most of these allies, the Polish and the Germans, them are enemy. Them was enemies. So is Germany and England, they were enemies. Now them a walk hand in hand to take out Russia. So everybody align themselves. Where's Africa align himself? Where's the leaders? This is why I'm gonna call upon the leaders them the time in these times in Africa. Take down the borders them. You know what I mean? And step up them game. You know what I mean? Step up them game. You know what I mean? Step up them game, my lad. The leaders them are Africa. They are them to step up them game and put Africa together. We have a united nation of Africa. You know what I mean? These borders. Africans is finding it difficult to travel in Africa and trade with one another. You know what I mean? We want the leaders them of Africans and the young generation them who know of the privilege of going to university to put them knowledge and the infrastructure into the United Nation of Africa and make Africa great again. All these superpowers, they live off Africa. Them plane and them thing what them need, them titanium and all of these things for them phone and all them things. Now Africa them come from. We have all the resources to benefit and feed the world. We must concentrate in and intertrading with people and cargo within Africa to build our nation as one African nation, United Nation of Africa. You know what I mean? And stop look to the West and all these puppets who are trying to destroy with economical war and all kind of scientific medicine them come. And we is the king. We are the masters of medicines. Africa have everything it need. We don't need to be dependent on the Western Hemisphere. You understand? We don't need to be dependent on the Western Hemisphere for everything we need. You know what I mean? The youngest genius in the world is a Nigerian look youth. He's 8 years old. We don't need to be dependent on the West to be a superpower. African nation, they must come together for the betterment of I and I people. And this is where I, as a Rasta youth, I feel like me now get the platform and the support for talk about the things that Africa need and what Rasta need to do, for inspire the African nation and the youths them and the generation them. Because Rasta too silent these days. We are the forerunners of inspiration to lead as Africa. We are the inspiration for our government. We are the inspiration for the have-not and the sufferings of people. We're too silent, Jed. We are fight against each other like we are dynamic nations, and we are fight for each other. It's like we're missing the mission. You see me? As Rastafari, I and I is what I call it now. We are the inspiration of people. And if we ourselves find it hard to get inspiration and focus, what you expect the wider nation to do? I and I need, Rasta need to rise up and deal with the social issues them are concerned I and I people, them home and abroad. See me I say? Because I and I think is not only spiritual, it is also physical, economical, social. And I business is not only people business, it's cargo business, farming, industry, all of them things is I business in a compact this. Seeing a lot of them I get neglect. You see me I say? So I beg ones them who have the knowledge, who have the teachings them, stop get distracted by petty stuff. You know what I mean? Some look at petty stuff sometimes. The petty thing them, I see some people them where you say have selective hearing and a selective hearing them have, is because the pettiness override the message. So they miss the message because too much pettiness in repetition to the message. So them get, even them, the audience get this